Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek, and welcome to Magnificent Mondays, episode 63. Yes, 63. And this week we're doing a spooky one because it's spooky season. Halloween's coming up, so we're doing a ghost story called The Clifton House Mystery, which technically not a movie. You know, it says up there, my favourite movies. Technically not a movie, it was a TV series. When I was a kid, 1978 it came out. But it scared the pants off me at the time. It's not so scary nowadays, but at the time it was kind of spooky for a kids' TV show. There were a few in the 70s of these spooky kids' TV shows like this, and there were what we call it now, Children of the Stones, and I'm blanking, but there were others as well. Right, so anyway, before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Josh Temple's here, ready with his harpoon to harpoon any spooks we might find in Clifton House. Right, we're live on YouTube, fingers crossed. We should be live on Rumble, so let me just refresh that. Yes, we are, and we should be live on Twitch. Yes, we're live on Twitch as well as. Right. Okie dokie. And Wingray says ding. Don't know why. Don't know why. You may have noticed the little card thing I put up at the beginning. Rest in peace, Paul Di'Anno, the original singer from Iron Maiden. He's passed away, unfortunately. So, rest in peace, Paul. Just thought I'd acknowledge that at the beginning. Right, Clifton House Mystery. Right, as I said, a children's TV series. I think it was in 6 parts. Produced by HTV West in the UK in 1978. Written by Daniel Farson and Harry Moore. Starring Sebastian Brakes. Loads of people we've never heard of. The only person we've heard of in this is Peter Sallis. But if you're a British person, like I am, there's some recognisable faces that we'll see in this series. I've spliced them all together into one film, so we won't be getting episode breaks. So it's like a 2-hour flick, but we'll not be just watching it. Although you can find it on YouTube. Have I put a link in the description? I think I did. Hang on, let me just check. I think I put a link in the description for the YouTube page. Hang on, where are we now? God, I don't remember. They've moved everything around on YouTube. Well, they have for me anyway. Right. Cheer up. I'm checking the thingamabob. Yes, it's there. Yes, I put the link, the YouTube link in. So you can watch it when you want to. You said something about the notification bell. Oh, right, that. Okie dokie. Yes, ring the bell. Or ding the bell. Or whatever you want to do with it. Smash it. Smash that like button. Why do you say that? Why do you say press the like button or click on the like button? I don't know. You've got to say different things. Algorithms and all that jazz. Anyway, Clifton House Mystery. It's the subplot of the story. The story is about a family moving into a house that is haunted. The ghost. Well, I don't know how I'm doing that because it is a ghost. The ghost. That's actually 2 ghosts. Maybe more. I don't know, but it's based on a real life. Cause it's kind of a history thing as well for the kids. A history thing about the Bristol riots in 1831, and it's a ghost related to that, or 2 ghosts related to that. So anyway, right. So we'll get on with it. We're watching a series of stills, even though it's on YouTube. I don't think I'll just get away with just playing it, knowing me. Anyway, we'll just get on with it, and I don't know much about it. 'Cause there isn't a lot. There's not like a making of or director's commentaries on the DVD. I've ripped this straight off the DVD. Like I said, there's no special features, a bugger all, even any subtitles. So we can't even see what they're saying. So I'll have to try and remember. Go to Google. The YouTube like button glows when the creator says, "Smash that like button." Does it? Yeah, I bet it does. I'm not gonna check. Anyway, Right, let's get on with it, shall we? So, have I said all my stuff? Oh, aye, merch and stuff like that. If you're a member, you can join in the chat. You can become a member by clicking the join button. What else? Oh, I can't think. My brain stopped working. Patreon. You can join my Patreon page, or what else? There's a link for merch in the description. I can hit the store tab on the YouTube page. And Wayne Gray says, I know the subscribe button glows sometimes when you ask for a sub. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Depending on the browser, etc. Well, can you hear me? Say that though. You never know these days, do you? But I still don't believe you. Anyway, right. So, where were we? Right. Yes. To get rid of. Oh, don't matter because we haven't got subtitles, have we? So I don't need to get rid of all this lot. Right. So I'll put myself down in the corner. Which one is it? That one? Yeah, I picked the right one. Right. Off we go. Let's full screen this, and then I'll add it to the screen, and we will begin. Right. I'm probably not muted. No, I'm not. Right. Off we go. We begin. Here we go. If you're British or English or whatever, stuff like this is a thing of the past. HTV West. British TV, back when I was young, ITV, you had BBC, which, when I was a kid, you had BBC One and BBC Two, and the third channel was ITV, but ITV was split into regions. So, obviously, I'm in Yorkshire, so we had Yorkshire Television, Lancashire had Granada, further up north from us there were Tyne Tees, and then in Scotland you had like Grampian TV, Border, STV, and down in London you had London Weekend Television and all that, Thames Television and all that. And over in the West Country they had HTV West, and Wales had HTV Cymru, I think it was called Cymru, CYMRU, Cymru. But anyway, they've all gone now. They've all gone. The regions kind of still exist, but it's just all ITV now, and it's not as good as it used to be. Anyway, right. So where were we? Right, off we go. We begin. There we go. Clifton House Mystery begins with we're hearing piano. Sorry, the main character, or the father of the house, is a pianist. Well, he's not a pianist. He's a conductor, but he's a musician. So he plays the piano a lot. So that's why we're hearing that. This is the house that they're moving into. It's set in Bristol, in the West Country, but you only hear one West Country accent in this whole film, I'll call it. And it's right at the end. Everybody else is all frightfully posh. They're all super posh. And, oh, gosh, do you believe in ghosts, mummy? And all that stuff, you know. And there's the Clifton Suspension Bridge in the background, which is in Bristol. Never been. I'm sure it's lovely. David Prowse was from that area. So that's... and he had a pretty thick Bristol accent. So everybody, you know... He wondered... He was a bit angry that he got overdubbed by James Earl Jones as Darth Vader. And if you listen to that, I think it's on is it Empire of Dreams, that documentary about Star Wars. You can hear him speaking the dialogue, and you know why he got overdubbed. But he was angry about it for some reason. You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away. That's what it was sounded like, anyway. Anyway, right, off we go. Right, there's the house. And episode 1... I forgot the episode title, so anyway, but never mind. Right, so we begin. There's an auction, sale by public auction. Here we go. So we begin. This is the original owner of the house, Mrs. Something or other. I've forgotten. Breton something. It don't give you a bloody cast list. Hang on, where are we? Mrs. Betterton, that's it. Played by Marjorie Withers. She's the original owner of the house, and she's selling all her stuff and moving in with her sister, I think she says, or relatives. They're leaving the house, and it's not in good nick, is it? It's seeing as they lived here, the house is knackered. But anyway, it is the 70s. It's very brown, by the way, because it's the 70s. So beige and brown. Anyway, she's going looking at this old grandfather clock, and even the clock's unhappy, look. Even the clock's unhappy. There he is. Anyway, so let's see. She's been moping about and looking at all the stuff that they're selling. This is the auctioneer fella. So they're getting ready to sell the stuff. So she's just having a mope about. And then we're going to meet her granddaughter Emily, who's upstairs. Apparently Emily's parents are abroad. Don't know why, it doesn't explain it, but so she's living with her grandmother. There she is, there's Emily, packing up her dolls, and then a musical box. Well, we'll learn it's a musical box. And it plays a distinctive tune. This tune haunted me for years and years. It did. Hang on, here we go. Is she going to play it? No, she's going to shut the door first. Here we go. When it's ready. When she plays that, or when you open the musical box, the ghost of the old lady appears, but not this time. Hang on. May I assume there's an important grandfather clock in this? No. Well, apart from the one that we saw at the beginning. Music box, that's close enough. Yes, the ghost of the old lady generally appears when you play this tune. I keep forgetting I've not got it muted. So she's saying, just appear, one more time, because she's leaving, you see. I'm leaving and all that. But she doesn't appear. And then the grandmother appears. Not that old lady, a different old lady. Her grandmother says, come on, we've got to go. Then all the others arrive, including her. Don't know who she is, but she's been in tons of British stuff, usually comedies. I think she's been in like Fawlty Towers and stuff like that. She's got little gimlet, bloody beady eyes. Anyway, but she's arriving. They're all speaking frightfully posh. Hang on.
Good morning. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning. 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 He said, well, good morning, mate. But anyway, so they're going to have a nosy round, these two old bats. This is, I've forgotten the bloody character names. Just bloody watched it. Sheila, yes. Sheila Clare. She's the mother of the family. The dad is called Timothy Clare, and they've got 3 kids, Jenny, Stephen and Ben, and they're all frightfully posh too. I shall call her Harriet Higginbottom. Might as well. Wouldn't it be spooky if that were her name? I mean, you could have looked. It might. If it says it in the bloody IMDb list, I'm going to say you cheated. No, it doesn't say. Anyway. Where were we? Get it. Oh, for God's sake. Let me mute it again. It's getting on my nerves. So she's in. That's Timothy Clare, the conductor of the Bath. No, not Bath. Bristol. I don't know, Symphony Orchestra or something. I can't remember. This is Jenny, their daughter, who's supposed to be, I don't know, 14, going on 30. So they're, getting ready to move in, basically, after everything's been sold out, what Mrs. Betterton had. So anyway, the auction's about to begin. Look, everybody's having a good nosy. She says, oh, I know him. That's Timothy Clare, the famous conductor. So I'm going to go over and speak to him. Oh, right. She finds an elephant's foot. Right, so they're all getting ready. Anyway, so let's spin through this. Lots of small talk, which we don't need to bother about. By the way, it does have it's a very 70s feel to it, but it also has a very Nigel Neal feel to it, a very Stone Tape feel to it. I don't know if you've seen the Stone Tape, which is amazing, which I might do at Christmas. I might do for a Friday night appointment with Fear at Christmas, because although it's not set at Christmas, it was a Christmas ghost story for the BBC. So I might do that at Christmas. It's kind of a feel, similar feel to that. Anyway, right. So they're the kids. That's Ben and Stephen. I can't remember which is which. Found a book with old pictures in, and anyway, they end up buying them at the auction for a £5. And this old painting of a dragoon from the Bristol riots of 1831, where over 100 innocent people, or rioters, I suppose, because it were shot by the dragoons. But anyway, a dark day in British history. Anyway, he finds this painting and he says, "Oh, I'm taken with that." So he's going to buy that, and it's going to go there in that space where it was originally. She's looking at stuff. Right, she's gone over now. "Hello, you Timothy Clare." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever. Stop talking to me, you scabby old bat." Anyway, so right, the auction's about to get underway. Like I said, they're still waffling on. Oh, why? Because she's talking here about I understand, the old lady, Mrs. Betterton, was a bit of a, and I hope the new owners are better, or whatever. And he says, "Oh, whoever they are," and he says, "It's me," whatever. Right. So get on with the auction. Come on. Oh, I finds a bloody gun. Finger. That's not good. Trigger discipline, is it? It's the 70s. An old German gun. Is it a Luger? I don't know. Broom handle Mauser. I don't bloody know the call. It's Han Solo's pistol. That's what it is, isn't it? That's what that is. Han Solo's pistol. Came out a year after Star Wars, so maybe it is. He's not going to buy that. Right, they find a box full of a bird cage and a helmet, which is holding there. Look, a dragoon's helmet. And other bits and bobs. And they think, "Oh, I want that." So he's going to bid for that when the auction starts. Right, they're off. They're off and running. And it's not like... I forgot the name of the show now. Where they have containers and they open them up and auction all the stuff off inside. It's not like giving it... Not like that. Unfortunately. Anyway, so he's buying some stuff. He's called Mr. Williams, whoever he is, don't know. But anyway, they're selling... They get through stuff. There we go. Lamps, etc. And anyway, the boys buy that box of stuff. The helmet. The helmet is important. So here we go. There it is. He's going to buy that for £5. And it ends up bidding against Mr. Williams, who really wants this box of not stuff. But the auctioneer says, "No, let him have it." Gives him a wink. So lets him have it for £5.30. Anyway, it's his Christmas money because it's in January. So there we go. So anyway, so he wins that, and that was the last thing apparently. So they've won that, and Timothy bought the painting. And as you can see, there's an ad break coming up. They used to show that. They have them in America. Little box in the corner of the screen just telling you that an ad break were coming up. Anyway, so right, there goes tying on the helmet. Right, here we go. Part 2. In the UK, I know in America, on some channels it does it over here, but on the main channels that show commercials and ads, you've got to have end of part 1, adverts, end of adverts, part 2. It's got to tell you on screen. But obviously that doesn't happen in America, does it? Your show just goes off, then you got ads, and come on. Jasper Carrot did a funny thing about it. Says, "Marjorie, your eyes are like salad cream." Anyway, whatever. Our ad breaks usually just had a music cue like dee-doo-doo, then fade to black. Do-dee-doo, like that. On some of our channels, that stuff just goes off. That just fades out. Or it might have like a screen of whatever shows on, like Star Trek. It'll show like Star Trek, and then adverts will come on. But anyway, whatever. Like a super mini cliffhanger, or a glyphhanger even. I'm going to use that word. I like that word, glyphhanger. Anyway, right, where were we? Right, so they're clearing out, and the Clares are moving in. Let's say the house is. Didn't she clean it, Mrs. Betterton? Look at it. Bloody Nora. Anyway, so they're all happy. They've got the stuff. They're moving stuff in, using the kids as slave labour, obviously. The auctioneer, I don't even know his name. It might have said his name, but I don't know. Just walking around smoking his cigar. Mrs. Betterton's still upstairs with Emily, by the way, and they've not met, and she's been very brusque with them, saying, "Oh no, I've got to go." And they offer her, a drink and all that. She says, "No, we must go." So anyway, so off they go. But before that, Emily and Jenny, there they are. Let's say like 14, going on 30. Emily gives Jenny the music box and tells her, when you play it, the old lady will appear, but don't worry, she's not frightening and she's nice and all that. So there we go. And she's frightfully posh as well. They're all frightfully posh.
We must go now.
Oh, for God's sake.
Take it. Don't let my grandmother see. But I can't just she wouldn't like it if I took it out the house.
Oh, yes, frightfully posh. Frightfully posh. Anyway, so there you go. So she's got the music box. Right, they're off now. Don't worry, they'll be back. Right, they're going to get in there. She's going to open it and have a listen to it. She's going to have a listen. Oh, muted it again, didn't I? Never mind. Right, while everybody's busy, running about, moving boxes and tidying up, Timothy, the lazy get, just had to sit down and play the piano. There you go, the kids, using the kids as slave labour, look. Moving stuff about. He's just going to play the piano, look. Din 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 din. Hang on. I don't know if he's actually playing the piano. I don't know. Maybe he is, I don't know. But we heard the music from the music box earlier. I don't know if it's this bit. It might be coming up soon. It gets the urge to play that tune on the piano in a bit. Is he going to do it now? Is it? No, not yet. Anyway, so him. I can't remember which is which. It's Ben and Stephen. I can't remember which is which, and I don't know because it doesn't show pictures of them. Oh dear. Does it say in this? Hang on. Which one is which? No, I don't bloody say, does it? Never mind. Anyway, whatever. He's cleaning away. I think he's using Duraglit. It was massive when I was a kid with Duraglit. You had to use it on your bicycle wheels and stuff. For cleaning metal and stuff like that. I think he's using that. It used to come in a tin with like bits of cotton wool that used to make you cringe, and your hands felt weird afterwards for days. But anyway, so he's using that on the helmet. He's going to get it all shiny eventually. There's his mother saying, "Come on, we've got to help us do this, that, and the other." She's moaning about the state of the house. It's a shithole, isn't it? Pardon me, but she's pointing something out on the wall in the boys' room, which we're going to get back to. Right, there he is looking at that. He's put the picture up. I don't know why we're drawn to it. Supernatural things, I suppose, but it's not particularly good painting, is it? Better than I could do, but anyway. But it's important to the story, right? Because the man in the picture is one of the ghosts. There's the old lady and there's him. Not him. Not him. The fella on the horse. Right, so anyway, what's happening now? So they're getting all settled in and all that stuff. Sending the kids off to bed. And could she be dressed more 70s with a big necklace with something and a massive belt over her jumper? 70s. Anyway, she's having a breather. So he's just she's doing all the work, and he's just sitting playing the bloody piano. But he's the breadwinner, I suppose. Is it this bit where he's going to play that? Not yet. Not yet. Is it coming up? No, it's coming up in a bit. Right, Jenny's getting her 90 on. Then she's going to play the music box. There we go. And is this where we're going to see her for the first time? Is it this? I think it is. We're going to see the old lady. It's 1978 special effects. Oh, no, it's not yet. It's not yet. It's later. It's later. I thought we saw the old lady. No, we don't see her yet. Anyway, she likes the tune, so she's taking it to bed. Meanwhile, one of the boys is reading up on Brunel for a school project. And so we're going to hear all about the Great East and the Great West and the Great British ships and... I don't know, did he do the Clifton Suspension Bridge as well? I don't know. Isambard Kingdom Brunel. Whatever. He's still polishing his helmet, so to speak. Look at it. Look at the bloody house is falling. Look, the whole wallpaper's coming off. Was that my house? Anyway, puts his helmet on the chest of drawers. Right. Oh, I think this is it. Right, you ready?
What are you thinking about?
No, you ain't yet. So he's gonna playing his music, and then suddenly he's gonna do it. I was gonna play a bit of Midnight. I think it's Midnight Sonata. Is it? He's like, oh, why did I play that? He doesn't know. He doesn't understand. He's like, oh, what happened then? I don't know. It just happened. He doesn't understand. So he tries playing it again. At least it's a jolly tune, isn't it? So he's kind of spooked out. He doesn't understand why he's got the urge to play that tune. And then she's listening to it in the music box, look. Anyway. Right, so she puts it away. Right, they're all going to bed. Ah, right, we're going to get his first glimpse of a ghost now. Because I wish I could remember which of the kids, which of the boys, well, which. But anyway, the elder one, we'll call him Stephen. I don't know, because it's a good name. There's Stephen and Ben, and I can't remember which is which. We'll say the old one's Stephen. It doesn't really matter, does it? He's getting ready to go to sleep, and he hears a noise. He hears a noise, and he looks over. Because we get everything in this. We get bloody poltergeist activity, and spooky tunes, and blood dripping from the ceiling later on. It's a kids show. Anyway, he hears a noise, so he looks over. Oh, then he sees the helmet moves. Hang on, because we've skipped over that bit. There we go. It's going to show it now. Then, but the helmet moves by itself, knocks over some of his toys. And then as he's looking, it starts glowing. He's like, ah! But he seems to get over it really quick. And as he's looking, he sees underneath where, it'd be worn, I suppose. We see the face of a man, and he's like, ah! And then it comes towards him in a 1978 special effect. And then he gets under the covers, and then it's morning. And he's fine. He's kind of got over it really quickly. I'd have been crapping myself. In fact, it did happen to me once when I was a kid. But I suppose I did get over it myself. It's weird. It's weird when you see ghosts. It's not like you see, in my experience, it's not like in the films where you're screaming and your hair stands on end and stuff. It's just a thing that happens. And it can be creepy at the time. I saw when I was a kid. I saw 2 ghosts when I was a kid. First time, can't remember how old it'll be. I think both the times I saw a ghost, what I think were a ghost, were probably only a year or 2 apart, something like that. But first time, I was asleep in bed, I woke up, and I was asleep, the bedroom door was open, but I could see a hooded figure staring round the door, or looking round the door at me. The traditional, like a monk, where you can't see the face. Got the hood, you can't see the face, like that, looking round the door at me. And I knew I was awake, and it scared me to death. I actually tried to call out to my mum, but I couldn't get the words out. So I just went under the covers, and a few minutes later, I plucked up courage and I looked back out again. and there was nothing there. So that was the first time. The second time, it was just a man standing in my bedroom with a tank top on, but not looking at me, facing the wall. I'm getting chills thinking, just talking about it. And same thing happened there. I went under the covers, came back out. A few minutes later, nothing there. So, and that was weird. And I never saw him again. It was just one time. But anyway, so he's seen his ghost. Sorry, didn't mean to frighten you. How was it you? Was it Windgrace doing one of his ghostly forms, bothering young me? How old will I have been? Probably about 10. 9 or 10. Anyway, so it'll have been before this came out, I think. But anyway, right. So she's getting him up for school. Apparently, hang on. Let's see if she calls him by the name, so we know which is which.
Breakfast in 5 minutes.
Hang on, come on.
Come on, wake up, feet on the floor. That's it. Now
Say
listen,
his
then.
name.
You've got to catch 2 buses to get to school from here. So get a move on. Breakfast in 5 minutes.
Oh, for God's sake, say the names. I bet she just says boys. Come on, boys.
Morning, Steve.
Oh, right, here's Steve. Right, here's Steve. The other one's Ben. Right, Steve goes to school on his bicycle. And I think they go to the same school because they have the same uniforms. But Ben goes on 2 buses. Why don't Ben have a bicycle? Why don't Stephen go on the bus? I don't know. But anyway, they're getting up to go to school. Right, so, Jenny doesn't start school for another week, apparently, so she's got to help around the house. Right. All right, and Timothy's off to work. He's got his dicky bow on, and he's going out to for a concert. He's doing a concert. So off he goes. I'll be back by 5:30 at the latest. Because they're all frightfully posh, as I said.
Get the boys to help you when they come back from school.
Yes.
Yes, darling. All stuff like that. Yes, darling. Come along, boys. Anyway, right. So they're all getting ready. Obviously, the ladies of the house are making breakfast and washing up and doing all that stuff. And probably when I was a kid, I would probably saw this and thought, gosh, an electric toaster. I don't think we ever had a toaster until I grew up and left home and got my own. I don't think we ever had one until then. Anyway, so, cooked it on the cooker under the grill or with a fork. Stuck a fork through it. And in front of the fire. That's how we made toast when I was a kid. Anyway, so that's how we burned toast when we had a kid. A concert will have him home by 5. Yeah, apparently. He said something like the concert's at 2 and it'll be finished by 3:30 or something like that. He said something like that. So it must be a matinee. Anyway, right, so he's getting ready to go to school. Right. Does he see something now? Yes, he sees the ghost as well now. He's trying on the helmet look, and he's looking in the mirror. So he's doing a bit of scrying now. So, if you're into ghostly stuff, he's doing a bit of scrying. And then you see his face turns into the soldier. So there we go. So he's like, ah! So he takes it off and puts it away. Right, so, and he's there sat on. I wonder if this were a mistake, because she goes round the corner and he's there stood up, and then he sits down right quick. As though
Come on.
as though he was supposed to be sat down. I don't know, but anyway. I don't know. So anyway, doesn't want any breakfast. Not hungry, I'm off to school, bye. She's like, oh. She's flustered and frightfully flustered. Look, she's like, oh, bothered and all. She's pulling her hair out, is Sheila. Anyway, somebody's at the door. So, this is Mrs. Bond. She doesn't say I'm Bond. Actually, I think she does. I think she does say I'm Bond, Mrs. Bond. I'm sure she does.
Agents that you might...
Apparently, Sheila had put an ad in the news agents on asking, for somebody to come and help around the house. So, anyway. There needed to be a giant pile of food and drink for him to say no thanks and run away. This is Britain, not America. There'd be a big pile of waffles and pancakes and bacon and all with loads of maple syrup splattered all over it if it were in America. But no, we've just got a bit of toast in the toaster or some cornflakes, that's it. Or take one bite, yes. Yes, that's what it should have been. And that's what it usually is, isn't it? Got to run, darling. See you. There's half a slice of toast. Anyway. What was I saying? Mrs. Bond has arrived.
Might be looking for some.
Yeah, she's looking for somebody to help her around the house. So she invites her in. And does she say her name? In a minute. Oh, she's done it already. She might have done it already.
My name's Bond, Mrs.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
She doesn't say Mrs. Bond. She should have done, shouldn't she? But anyway. So she's going to help around that. But you can see, pardon me, she's got a weird feeling about the place, hasn't she? Anyway. So she's going to help out. She's basically going to be their maid, even though she's kind of saying, well, I can only do a couple of hours, now and then. But anyway. A bit of symmetrical book stacking before Ghostbusters, because she trips over the books, look. Dear. Anyway, so she's looking round. There you go, piano and stuff. Right, so basically she's looking everybody looks very pained. It is 1978 after all. Life was grim in the UK in 1978. We were coming up on the winter of discontent of 1979, when everybody were on strike and rubbish were piling up in the streets and there were power cuts and all sorts of stuff going on. And they even mentioned power cuts in this. It was a very sad time, wasn't it, the 70s? But we made it through, we muddled through. Anyway... right, where were we? What's that? Is that a coffee grinder? I don't know what that is up there. But anyway, whatever. Right, so they're becoming friends. Jenny's off doing something, and so she says, right, I'll see you tomorrow. Jenny's off out in the garden, taking some boxes out, and here Emily arrives. So she's going to talk to Jenny for a bit. And they're going to go up to her room, I think. And I think she's asking her about has she met the old lady yet? She says, no, don't know what you're talking about. She's played the music thing. They said, did the old lady appear? She said, no. She says, but she always appears. But don't worry, she will. Right, so this is where she's going on about. I can only do a couple of hours, blah, blah, blah. She's going to sod off in a minute. See you tomorrow. Toodle pip. Right, the kids are home from school. Right, as you can see, by the way, hang on, in a minute. Both got same school caps on, same school scarves. So I'm assuming they go to the same school, but one takes two buses and one goes on his bicycle. Anyway, whatever. No, he's not American. These were all the rage in the 70s. I had several of these. Snorkel jackets, we used to call them, with the fur-lined hood. It bringing back memories, is this? For me, anyway. Right, so Ben is telling Stephen about what he saw when he tried the helmet on. I saw his face. And he just says, yes, I know, I saw him last night. So they're a shared experience. For once, it's that two brothers that aren't fighting all the time. In fact, the whole family seems to get on reasonably well. Anyway, I think while they're out here, he glances up. Is it this bit? He glances up.
If you leave it then.
There we go. He's looking up, and he sees. There we go. Oh,
Round the side.
look over there. And they see there's a window with all ivy around it. And they say, hang on, that's next door to my room, our room. But there's no room there. So they found a secret room with a window. So basically, he's going to get one of his dad's hammers and smash a hole in the wall. So they're going to do that. Right, he's home as well now. He's Timothy. Don't tell us how his concert went. But there he goes. He's looking round. The kid's looking around, trying to work out where this room is. So it's obviously on the other side of the wall, and they're looking for, a doorway or whatever, or something that's bricked up or whatever. But what else? What else? Oh, yes, Timothy. Well, he found a letter from some American chap, some important American bigwig, who might take Timothy on a tour of America. I presume the orchestra as well, or whatever. I don't know, but go on a tour of America with him, and he's in England now. He's in Bristol, so he was supposed to meet him. So he met him today while they were at work. He met him and invited him for dinner. So him and his wife are coming over for dinner. I can't remember the names. Hang on. Where are they? John G. Spangler and his wife Myrna. So there we go. That's who we're going to meet. Yes, it was a more innocent time. It was very, very innocent. But anyway, this might be where he's found the letter. Yes, this is where he's found the letter. So it must be the next day when he meets him and invites him to dinner. Or he phones him up, or whatever. Anyway, so, right. I think it's where we see the old lady now. She says when she's going to play it. So she's playing the thing. Right, she's going to appear behind him now. Are you ready to be scared of the old lady who's going to appear?
She's coming.
Look, she's coming out the wardrobe, and she must be a miniature old lady. But out she comes, and there she is. But there we go. As soon as Jenny looks round, she disappears. Literally, just like that. Look. So she says, "There's nothing there. You're being frightfully silly." So anyway, you don't believe me, just like my grandmother doesn't believe me. She thinks I'm ill. Anyway, but don't worry, she is going to see the old lady soon. Anyway, but they're still friends, don't worry. They're not going to kiss, don't worry. It's not that sort of show. Anyway, Mrs. Bretterton, or is it Betterton? I forgot her name already, arrives. Is Emily here? She's disobeyed me. I told her not to come here anymore. But says, yes, she's here. She calls her down. They invite her in for tea, and she notices the painting's there. Says, I never liked that painting. Anyway. Yes. Sheila notices the music box, and Emily says, yes, I gave that to Jenny. Says, oh, no, it's too nice. Your grandmother wouldn't hear of it, and so take it back. She says, no, it's mine. I'm giving it to Jenny. So, but anyway, right. So they're going home now, and she tries to give her the music box back, but she says, no, you keep it. It's fine. So anyway, right, so she's got it back. Right, the lads are still trying to work out what's on the other side of that wall. They know there's a room. They're trying to find a door. Anyway, they think they've found it. Anyway, meanwhile, they're going to get drunk on sherry, because it's Bristol, so they must be having some Harvey's Bristol cream. Which were massive in the 70s. Christmas time, adverts for Harvey's Bristol cream on the telly all the time. And they had somebody famous as well. Somebody famous in Britain, and I can't remember who it was. Never mind. I'm going to look it up on YouTube. I've got to look it up now. See if I can remember. See if I can find a Harvey's Bristol cream commercial. Harvey's Bristol cream ad. Why I'm in caps lock, don't know. Now then, 1973. Harvey's Bristol cream advert, 1986. Racist old adverts. That's what it says there. Harvey's Bristol cream sherry commercial. There's nobody. Christmas one. There's nobody famous yet. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I've forgotten who they were. Or maybe there was just one. I don't know. Oh, there's one there with I forgot his name now. That played Arthur. Not the new one, the original one. Dudley Moore. One there. Oh, Peter Cook and Dudley Moore there. That might be what I'm thinking of. Oh, actually, there's another one there. That's what I'm thinking of. Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. Anyway. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to get that one. Hang on. I might have to. Just a minute. Drag this over. We'll watch a Harvey's Bristol Cream commercial. A Christmas one. What's it got? No one. Tell it so. Looks needs his heads, his VHS head sorting out, doesn't it? It's damaging his tapes. Oh, they found Santa's grotto. Harvey's Bristol Cream, because you'd always to leave some Harvey's Bristol Cream out for Santa.
Well, else can we tell them back at base?
That's Christopher
We
Lee.
found a very
Not him.
civilized way to spend Christmas.
Harvey's Bristol Cream, the best sherry in the world.
I'm sure that's Christopher Neame. Hang on, let's have a look again, see if we can see his face. Yes, that is Christopher Neame, who was in Dracula AD 1972, and if he's a Star Wars gamer, he played, I forgot the name, Jarek, the baddie in Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. Anyway, Kyle Katarn, I used to do all that. Christopher Neame, cool, I think it is. Anyway, whatever. Right, back to the thing. Now being Grace is thirsty. Never been a big wine person or sherry person, even though I've got a box of wine in the fridge. It's probably going to go off. Does wine go off? Box wine probably does, I don't know.
Booked you for a...
Right, where were we? Dad, I don't think he calls him Daddy. Can I borrow your hammer? Don't bother me now, boy. So he goes and gets the hammer. It's by himself. There he is, hammer and a torch, and the parents are ignoring him because it was the 70s and you could ignore your kids. You could beat your kids in the 70s. It was fine. And they just went and did their own thing. If you keep it in the right condition, it gets better. That's what they said, don't they, about wine, but I don't know. About cheap plonk you get from the supermarket, I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. I'm not a wine person. I like beer. Well, I'm not a big alcohol person, full stop. But not like I used to be. Anyway.
Let's entertain...
Cheer up, woman. Anyway, so they're talking about they're going to invite him over for dinner. The Spanglers, not Spenglers, the Spanglers. So I reckon Dan Aykroyd watched this. He saw the books, saw the Spanglers, and all that other stuff, and the ghosts. He just copied Clifton House Mystery, Dan Aykroyd. There he is, phoning them up. Right, what's happening now? Right, they're all getting ready. Look, coming over tomorrow and all that stuff. Right, so they've got to. All right, now another bit of telekinetic stuff. She's got her favourite bowl, fruit bowl or whatever, and it's gonna throw itself. Look, look, it's floating and smashing on the floor. So the ghosts have been, but which ghost did that? I don't know. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor. Oh dear. Oh, stop doing that, bloody hell. Anyway, so Mum's not happy. It flew out of my hands, Mummy, she says. Don't believe you. Don't believe it. My favourite bowl as well. Oh, look, I'm so pressured. I'm vexed. Meanwhile, they're smashing holes in the wall, but, you know, the house is knackered already, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. But there we go. Oh, right, yes, and she's going up. Jenny runs up into the room. I think the music is playing, actually, here. I think, for some reason.
Careful!
Maybe not.
Oh, just flew...
Yeah, you can hear it. Look. Yeah, because I don't know how the music's playing, but she runs in to see the boys, and she sees the old lady standing behind them watching, and she turns around and gives her a big smile, and that was the end of the episode. I think that was the end of episode 2. There she gives her a big smile. Like, ah! And then next episode, I think they forgot to make her transparent or something happened, because next time we see it, she's just standing there, look, totally solid. Or maybe it were, I don't know, maybe they needed a, what's the word? A little additional shot, an insert of her standing there. They didn't have one. Why didn't they just use one from the previous episode? I don't know. But then when they'll see her again, next shot, she's transparent again. But she's very nice, and she's smiling, and she's reaching out and all that, and look smiling, and you can tell it's not an old lady, but they've whitened her eyebrows for some reason. But she's all smiling. Anyway, and don't ask about her teeth. It's Britain. The British have the third best teeth in the world in terms of health. There you go. Above America. Just thought I'd get that in. Josh Temple probably has nice bourbon right now. I don't know. Will he be at work? I don't know. Maybe he has. I haven't. I've got a bottle of water. I've got a bottle of water, which I'm having a swig of. Right. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? Right. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to see what happens. If I suspect what's going to happen is going to happen, I'll revert. I'm going to make the chat just regular chat, if it'll let me. Where is it now? It's down here somewhere. Oh, it's there. Wrong thing. Right. I'll go to subscribers. We'll have the subscriber chat. There we go. See what happens. So, if you're not a member, you can join in the chat now. I think, maybe. But if, who I think might appears, it's going to go back to members. Right. So, Jenny saw the ghost, but the boys didn't see her. Anyway, so they end up smashing a hole through the wall. Dad helps. He seems fine about it. He's not like, what the bloody hell, lads? But no, he just grabs the hammer and says, right, I'll finish it off. And so they go in, they find another room, a spooky room. There we go, with a four-poster bed and all cobwebs and all that jazz. It's all creepy and spooky. They're all looking in, and he looks in the bed. Oh no, there's a skeleton in the bed, and he covers it up really quickly before the kids see it. And he says, right, come on, out. I always wanted this to happen when I was younger. We all want to find secret rooms, don't we? In his houses. Is that what you're on about? Anyway.
Really?
Shush. Yeah, we all wanted to find a secret room, didn't we? Anyway, but English houses, British houses aren't big enough to have secret rooms. We haven't even got a cellar. But anyway. Right, so he ushers them out, and he's like, crikey. So he tells his wife, skeleton upstairs. He's like, blimey. What do we do about that? He said, I have no idea. You'd think they'd call the police, wouldn't you? You'd think. But they don't. Not right away, anyway. And by the way, I think all this happens over like a couple of days. Anyway. This story. But he's like, not bothered reading the paper. And so anyway. So it looks, she's all flustered and vexed. That's what she's like. Pretty much the whole thing. But anyway, so he's going to play some piano again. That's all he can do. Is he going to play the...
That's too much.
Is he gonna start doing the dee 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 dee? Are you ready?
Sheila, what's the matter?
No, he ain't. He does it later. Except for the occasional person who finds centuries-old forgotten tunnel systems under their floor. Well, yeah, occasionally that happens, but not in the sort of house that I live in. Yeah, that does happen sometimes, doesn't it? Usually dating back to the what they call it, Reformation, when Catholicism essentially were made illegal in the UK under Henry VIII. houses had old houses had like monk holes and stuff like that, or priest holes. That were it, priest holes, wasn't it? They used to hide Catholic priests and stuff. Anyway, but not in this house. But this house is haunted. I've told you before, haven't I? I see stuff sometimes, but anyway, whatever. I'm a big believer in all that stuff. Call me daft if you want to. Right. So I forgot what's happening now. Oh, right, is doing it now? Is
Stopping.
No, you ain't. No, man. Anyway, so she's all flustered and she doesn't know, if she can cope. But he says, "Oh, you'll be fine because you're super ace and all that jazz." Anyway, right. So, oh, right, yes. Now then, I'm trying to remember now. Jenny asked her mum. It might have been earlier on, or it might be yet to come. Jenny asked her mum if she believes in ghosts, and she's like, "I don't know." And now I think she's telling him that Jenny asked me if I believe in ghosts and all that stuff. Then he remembers something, the music, and he's looking round, and there we go, remembering that. And anyway. Right, so there you go. She's been listening to the music box, and there we go. She's appeared again. Look, standing over her bed. That'd scare the. But she's fine. Anyway, he's going to check on his daughter, and he takes the music box. By the way, she's out like a light. She's just like head down. Takes me ages to go to sleep. Even as a kid, it took me ages to go to sleep. But then again, sometimes I tried to stay awake so it'd be longer. So I didn't have to get up to go to school. Whatever. Anyway, he takes the thing and then he listens to it and he thinks, "Ooh, that's the same tune I played." So anyway, so they're off to sleep. I think did they hear noises? I think they hear noises here. Hang on. Or do they not? It might be later. No. He's creeped out. Anyway, he's going to put it in the wardrobe. Anyway, he's got his kung fu pyjamas on, hasn't he? Because kung fu were all the rage in the 70s, wasn't it? Because everybody was kung fu fighting, don't you know? So he's put it in the wardrobe. Right, so there you go. He's showing his wife the music box.
I believe it is.
And she says, "Isn't that tune you were playing earlier?" "Yes, I believe it is." Anyway, so they're all curious. Then suddenly it's the next day.
Mrs. Spangler to ring you as soon as I get...
Oh, that's... hang on. He's talking about Mr. Spangler. By the way, that's a fine butter dish there. Somebody tell Drunk 3PO there's a fine butter dish in this show. He likes his butter dishes, doesn't he? And Robinson's marmalade. You don't see those anymore. Speaking of racist ads... I've got one of them upstairs. I don't know if I can't say what they're called. It were innocent. But Google Robinson's marmalade. Mascot, I suppose you'd say. But anyway. Right. Anyway, they're all having.
Don't want to see the...
Shut up. I keep forgetting I've not muted it. Right. So I can't remember what they're arguing about.
Has to listen to the tune.
Oh yes, she's upset that he took the musical box, and it's on the mantelpiece, so she goes to get it back. "It's mine." Pardon me. Right, the lads are off to school. She's got a musical box. What else? Don't know. This might be where she's asking if she believes in ghosts. Do you believe in
ghosts?
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts? And. All right, then there's a crash from the next room as she goes in, and it's Mrs. Bond, and she's broken something. I can't remember what she says it is.
Oh, Mrs. Bond, what have you done?
It was an accident.
Oh, my only piece of Bristol glass.
My only piece of Bristol glass, and then earlier it was my favourite fruit bowl. So I think the ghosts have got it in for Sheila, because she's too stressed all the time. Anyway, and she says, "It flew out of my hand." So another episode of poltergeist activity. Anyway, And Mrs. Bond says, take it out of my wages. Well, we'll work something out. Anyway, they're getting ready for the Spanglers. They're arriving any minute now, I think. And Mrs. Bond's going to help. By the way, she's got a roast in the oven. That's what they're having. And soup and all that stuff. And she says to Jenny, can you make the boys something to eat? Because I'll be too busy. So basically the kids, they're going to show off the kids when the Spanglers arrive, and then just tell them to bugger off, because kids should be seen and not heard. So anyway. Right, so they're going to get ready. Anyway, he's going to get changed, and everybody else is getting all sorted out. Right. Oh, there she is. She's putting the roast in the oven with garlic butter. She's having on. Anyway, I think they're still wondering what to do about the skeleton, by the way. I think they're going to talk to Mrs. Bretterton, or Betterton, I can't remember. Who wants to look at a silent kid? Who wants bloody kids anyway? Bloody hate kids. Betterton, not Bretterton.
Come up and change.
Shut up. Right, there, he's getting changed now, so put some... They're not even decorated, look, they're not painted or anything. There's just pictures up there, hope that it covers up where the other pictures have been. Bloody hell. I know they haven't been there long, but, make an effort. It says me. I can't remember the last time I decorated in here. It were a while ago. Many years, but it's fine. Right, see, they're all ready now. Look like bloody Von Trapp kids, don't they? Anyway, so they'll start singing Edelweiss in a minute. So here we go. Right, so they're getting ready. Here they are. Here's John G. Spangler and his wife Myrna. They're Americans.
Sheila, how are you? Very. Sheila, Mr. Spangler, my wife Sheila.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Do come in. Frightfully posh. And insincere. Hello.
Let me take your coat, Mr.
Anyway, so they're going to go in. Introduce
Jenny and Stephen and Ben.
Hello.
Mr.
Stood like a model. So when you don't see the the marks on the floor, I bet they're on there somewhere, because sometimes you see them step looking for their marks. Anyway, right, so one of the kids suddenly just asks, what does the G in John G. Spangler stand for? And Spangler, not Spengler. Spangler, and Myrna just says, it doesn't stand for anything. And he says, it was just John Spangler, and he added the G because it made it sound more interesting. Hello, Justin 34. Yes, we're all doing well. We're about halfway through, I think. The Clifton House Mystery. We're getting there. Anyway, right, sod the kids off. She's Myrna's looking at the painting, and then she starts talking about the Bristol riots, because she's up on her history of Bristol, and Sheila says. Apparently, earlier in the day, I'd forgotten, Sheila had taken Myrna around Bristol to show her the sights and all that stuff. And she said, Myrna could have shown me round. She knows all about this stuff because she's got a guide. Anyway, so she's looking at that and telling them all about the Bristol riots where, people were rioting. It was a union thing and all that stuff. And... the dragoons went in, I said, 100 people were killed, and it was a dark day in English history. Hey dear. And it says on Wikipedia somewhere, hang on, about it is the factual basis of the subplot. The story of the dragoon commander, which we're going to learn in a bit, is based on the real-life case of Thomas Brereton, not Betterton, a lieutenant colonel in the dragoons stationed in Bristol in the 1830s when riots broke out following the failure in the House of Lords of the Reform Bill. Ordered to suppress the rioters with whatever means necessary, Brereton was court-martialed for leniency when he refused to fire on the rioters, resorting only to a cavalry charge when negotiations failed. So So don't shoot him, just run him over with your horse. He committed suicide by shooting himself before the trial reached a verdict. That doesn't happen in this. Anyway. Where was right. So they're getting ready now. So they're going to have dinner. But first, he's talking about... she went to see the Great Western, the ship, I think it's the Great Western. And she says, I'm surprised how small it was. So then Ben, who knows all about Brunel, remember, we were reading that book, says, it was the biggest ship in the world for many years, and all that stuff. Even bigger than anything in America. Because he's sticking up for the UK. But America's still cool, because most of my viewers are from America. Right, so where were we? And they have great words like gotten. Don't they, win grace? Anyway. Right, so he says, before dinner, John G. Spangler says, can we hear Timothy play the piano? And so somebody did say that earlier on. I forgot to mention it. Mrs. Bond said, I love the piano. Not the piano, the piano. Anyway, so he's going to play something. But of course he ends up playing din 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 din. Anyway, it's no aluminium, but it'll do. Yes, words like gotten and aluminum. Anyway,
Excited.
so off he goes. You ready? Here he goes. Hang on. He can't help himself, and he's like, I'm sorry. By the way, make sure we're still going and not got a copyright strike. No, we're fine. We're fine. Anyway. There we go. So he's playing that, and he goes, I'm terribly sorry. And he says, no, it was delightful. And he says, was it a military tune? And apparently it is. I think it's supposed to be something to do with the dragoons. But anyway. Right. I don't know what a dragoon is. I'm not into it. If Sci-Fi Quest were here, it'd tell us all about it, I'm sure. But I've no idea what the word dragoon means. It sounds a bit like dragon, doesn't it? So that's kind of exciting to me. But the only thing I know about the dragoons is from this, and they were in the Patriot, weren't they? What's his face? I forgot his name now. Lorca, Captain Lorca, the actor that played him, were in the Patriot, and he were a dragoon captain or something, whatever. Anyway, where were we? Right, so they're getting ready for dinner. Mrs. Bond's here with the soup, the tureen or whatever they call it of soup, and she just chucks it all over John G. Spangler. Hey, like that. So he gets soup, very watery looking soup, but never mind. All over his lap. But you know what? He's fine. Yes, that's the fella. Yes, say hello to Jason Isaacs. If you know, you know. Hello, Jason Isaacs. Anyway, yes, that's the fella. So he's got soup all over himself, and she's like, I'm so sorry. It got yanked out of my hand. And there you go, she's telling Sheila all about it. And she's had enough as Mrs. Bond. She's going. She's, I'm not coming back in this house again, but in a posh way. So off she goes. And I'm sorry, I must leave. But he's fine. He's saying it's okay. Still sitting in his soup-riddled clothes. Not sat in his underpants with his clothes going around in the washing machine. Because I don't know if they've got a washing machine. They might have. But anyway, here we go. Wingrace has been Googling. Dragoons were mounted soldiers named after the nickname for their weapon, which resembled a fire-breathing dragon. See? There you go. Anyway. Justin's a bit worn out. Yes, so am I. So I didn't sleep well last night. But and then I went to the doctors this morning. So I'm on my woes. But I'm fine, it was just a check-up. But my blood sugar's up, so they're putting me tablets. I've got to take more tablets. More medication, tell you. But anyway, but I'll be for me walk, and then tomorrow's me. I'm going to a weight management class. So I've got a food diary. I've been... Oh, bloody hate life. Anyway, where were we? So they're all fed up. Oh, we're not...
I can't.
I can't apologise enough. Blah, 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 blah. Said, oh, don't worry about it. He gets soup thrown on him all the time. She doesn't say that, but I bet he does. It's his what's the word? Why do words disappear from my brain when I'm trying to think of them? Anyway, whatever. Right. So anyway, yes. She comes in and asks something. I can't remember.
Oh, thank you, young lady. Well, we're going to stay with two lovely people.
Right, this is where blood drips from the
People in
ceiling. There we go. And he says, oh, it's just rusty water from the pipes. And she gets it all over. Scream. Proper screamer, isn't she? Says, right, we're going. So he's covered in soup. She's got blood on her. So I think, right, we're going now. He says, oh, I'll see you again before we leave. And he goes, but you're leaving tomorrow. So I don't think he's going to get his American tour, do you? I wouldn't want rusty water on me either. Sounds like a country singer, doesn't it? Anyway.
Like, you know.
So off they go. So they're like, oh, bother. And she says, it is blood, you know. Yes, I know it is, he says. Anyway, so I think, what we're going to do? Like she says, full of angst is Sheila. The lads are wondering what to do as well. So, anyway, so they're back at breakfast again with their toast and marmalade and all that stuff. I've never liked marmalade. My mother loved marmalade. I'd never liked it. But, anyway. Yes, rusty waters. How do they know it's blood? Did they taste it? See if it tasted like copper? I'm sure they did. I'm sure some rigorous forensic analysis went on. I'm sure. It's blood, all right. It's a ghost story. It's blood.
I suppose.
But they did say, yes, it is blood. I don't know. Anyway, so they're going to work out what to do. So I think he's going to contact Mrs. Bretterton and see what she knows about the history of the house and all that stuff.
Just get up and go.
Oh, I thought something was happening there. But the boys have learned that... she's listening to this. Is the old lady going to appear again? No, she's drawing pictures, look, in a drawing pad. Stylised pictures of the old lady. Oh, pardon me. Right, so that's that. Yes, because I think Sheila wants to move out. She's had enough. They've only been there like 2 days, but she's had enough already. Even the Lutzes in Amityville lasted, 28 days, something like that, wasn't it? But anyway. So she said, no, we can't leave. That's Jenny said, we can't leave. No, I love it here. So, there you go. Anyway. What's she saying there? Look.
Promise me. I don't know.
Hang on, what was that?
Oh, you did. Why did you ask me?
You mustn't tell anyone about the old lady.
Oh, she's remembering Emily. Tell her that. Because she's asking, why did she ask Mother if she believed in ghosts? He said, I don't know. But, because they haven't seen the ghost. Anyway, so they get Mrs. Bretterton in, and she's all smiling now. And having a cup of tea. They drink lots and lots of tea in this show. They're always having tea. That teapot must be red hot all the time. Anyway, so they're asking her about, tell her all about the room and what's in it, and obviously she doesn't know. Even though her family's had the house for generations, apparently she didn't know there were a boarded up room. But she obviously never noticed that extra window at the side of the house. But so she's befuddled. Anyway, so they don't get any further. But I think she says there was an old family tale about, somebody was a soldier during the Bristol riots and all that stuff. So it turns out that the skeleton is probably an ancestor of hers. Anyway, right. What was I saying earlier? The boys have learned that there's a meeting for the Society for Psychical Research with Mr. Guest. And is he called Morris Guest? Milton Guest. And I wonder if that's deliberate. Milton Guest, MG, because the Enfield poltergeist chap was Maurice Grosse, and that wasn't too long before this came out, was it? But anyway,
I have seen her.
She's telling all about the ghost now. She said, I have seen her. So, is she going to see it? Can't remember. Anyway, right, so she's talking all about
This
that.
place. I'd like to leave here right away. We've got nowhere where we can go. We've burnt our boats coming here.
They spent all their money on that house, which apparently they got cheap. But because Mrs. Betterton wanted to move out quickly, I don't know why. She says it was just because Emily was ill. But I don't know. I think something's happened to her, but she doesn't tell us. What are they up to?
Christian burial.
They're sneaking about, they're doing stuff. I think they're sodding off to that meeting. I think. Are they? No, they're having a shufty round there in the room. He finds a sword. That's it. Look, he's found a sword under the bed. That's what he's done. There you go. Found that sword. And
Mrs. Bet.
man. So, it's like the Bettertons have buggered off. Poltergeist is after this, isn't it? Yes, 81 were Poltergeist. Or 82, wasn't it, Poltergeist, the first. Anyway. So they've found that sword, so they find that super interesting. What they're talking about now.
It's our home now. We love it here.
Oh, yeah, talk about moving out. But obviously the kids love it there because it's cool, even though it's dilapidated and just needs decorating, doesn't it? But, so I think they think, well, we're going to stay because the kids love it here. Anyway.
It's all about.
All right, it's just rolling about on the bed. Anyway, where's he going? He's got a dicky bow on. He must be going to work. He's telling them not to go in that room, and all that stuff. Oh, this is where they're finding out about this, the meeting of the Society of Psychical Research, even though you can't say psychical, but never mind. With Milton Guest, who is Peter Sallis. Justin 31st. Question. Your channel has the jack-o'-lantern head and the letters that would be awesome shirt. Oh, right. Never thought about it, to be completely honest. It's just there for the spooky season. That's all. That's all I've done it for. But I never thought about doing it as a t-shirt. Anyway. So they're going to go off, and maybe I will. It's getting a bit late now, though, isn't it? We're running out of time. Should have thought of this like 2 weeks ago, shouldn't I? Merch drop. See, I'm going to have to do it now, aren't I?
See the boys?
Straight after this, I'll get on it, maybe, if I can stay awake. Anyway, right, the boys, they're buggered off. Right. She's looking at that. There's something happened. I can't actually remember. You know what? I can't remember this bit. I can't remember this bit. You know what I might have been doing? I might have been setting up next week's. I was doing Dagon, and I was sorting that out. So that while this is happening, I might have been doing that. So what happens? Does she see something? I don't think. She might hear something. Maybe not. No, she just has an inhale. She sees the skeleton. Right, here they are, they've arrived. An explanation of ghostly phenomena. A lecture by Milton Guest, author of Is There Anyone There? It's not a good title, is it? Is anyone there, or whatever? I don't know. Too many there's in one sentence. Anyway, right. So anyway, packed house. So off they go. So he starts whittering on about ghosts and stuff and poltergeists and all that jazz. They're sitting listening to him.
One of those? No, you have your...
Steady on. He's tripping up over his bag. Well, it's Peter Sally, so you may know from... well, you may recognise the voice as the voice of Wallace, as Wallace and Gromit. Pardon me, it's sadly no longer with us. I think they've got somebody else to do his voice now that sounds a lot like him. I don't know who. But anyway. And if you're British, obviously he's most famous in the UK for being in Last of the Summer Wine, which were a popular comedy series. I wasn't a big fan of it. But it was filmed in this area-ish in Yorkshire, in West Yorkshire. But anyway. If you do make any, I'm down for a couple. Just think it's cool. Cheers. I say I'll have to get on with that, won't I? Get a design up to spreadshirt and and do that. Ben Whitehead took over, it says. Did it? Oh, right. Okay. Never heard of him. But I think I've only heard of that because they do like commercials and adverts, with Wallace and Gromit, and I've heard him in that. And I thought, obviously that's not Peter Sallis because he died years ago, didn't he? But anyway, so he's talking all about ghosts. He's Milton Guest, and so they're listening to him, and they're going to invite him over. They're going to say, "We've got a ghost." But anyway, right, what's she doing? She's gone in. Oh, look, she's arrived. Look, that was spooky, wasn't it? Is she going to appear? She goes in. Yes, she tucks her in, look. So she can be solid if she wants to. So is it her that's doing all the poltergeisty stuff? Because she can pick things up and move them about. So it's her that's knocking things out of people's hands. Why? She's just angry, I don't know. She doesn't see him, it's supposed to be nice. I don't understand it. But anyway, so there you go. She's tucked in Jenny. And they were smiling at her because she's a kindly spectre. Right, so
something exceptional happens, like a murder, then the imprint of this is left on the atmosphere.
Some kind of atmosphere. Only my mate knows that. That reference. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say now. That's kind of doing the stone tape into talking about that. Which is what the stone tape that an impression is left on an area embedded in the fabric of the building or whatever. So he's waffling about that. Anyway, they're going to invite him over to their house, in a bit when he's done talking. What's up with her now?
Tim! Oh, thank heavens you're back. The boys have disappeared.
Oh, yeah. They've gone off something. They're fine. They're all about phoning the police. But, it's the 70s. We used to go all over when I was a kid. Anyway. Justin says that was a great show. It was on public television station in the States. A long while you're being served. Are you being served? And Judi Dench show. She was in a comedy thing with her husband. Well, I don't think he ever was her husband. He was a partner for many years, and I've forgotten his name, Michael, and I can't remember the name of the show either. But yeah, probably that. I can't remember his name now. But she was devastated when he passed away. I don't think she ever remarried, I don't think, or ever shacked up with anybody else. Anyway, and my all-time favourite, The Prisoner. I could never get into The Prisoner. Tried, but I could never get into it. Anyway.
What to do?
I'm not a number, I'm a free man. Another great Iron Maiden song, The Prisoner. Rest in peace, Paul Di'Anno, although it was Bruce Dickinson by that time. I'm waffling. Anyway, time goes by. Was that the name of the show with Judi Dench? It could be, yes, it could be. Anyway.
They want to leave.
Right, so he's telling him all about their ghosts. So he's going to go over and see them. Right, so he just dragged him over to their house, and so he's gonna check it out for him. They're telling him all about what's gone on, and the tune, and the old lady, and all that stuff. The skeleton, and he's gonna get his bag of tricks. There we go. He's got his equipment. His tape, what's he got?
Camera,
Tape,
flash,
camera, box brownies.
a sensible ball of string, matches, and a candle, and a torch, in case something blows out the candle.
Why don't you just use the torch then? In case something blows out the candle. Anyway. There he is. So he's gonna sit in the room and see what happens, and he gets all excited in a minute because you can tell by the look on his face. I think we start hearing that noise of the riots going on. We're getting drum rolls and everything. Justin says The Prisoner isn't for everyone, but perhaps TV's first masterpiece. I don't know about that. But yeah, I know a lot of people do like it, and it's something I wish I did like, but I could never get into it. But anyway. So he's watching this. We're hearing noises. We're going to hear, the sounds of the right, and then they're going to appear the soldier and the old lady. So I think the old lady is supposed to be the soldier's mother. Yeah, they're going to appear in a minute. The sounds of the riot going on. And obviously something happened to him, and she's brought him home, and he obviously dies in the bed or whatever, and she bricks up the room and leaves him in there for whatever reason. But he's frightfully excited. Look, he's just smiling. Look, he's just, if it like Wallace, he'd be like that, wouldn't he? He'd be, ooh, Gromit, get me some Wensleydale. That's what he'd be like, wouldn't he? Anyway, so he's watching that, all excited. Tries to take some pictures. Hang on, there we go. There we go. Trying to take some pictures, but apparently none of them come out, he says. Anyway, we saw them. We're on episode 5, weren't we? There we go. We're on episode 5 now. So, nearly done. Right, so he comes out. He's all super excited. He's coming out. I've seen my first ghost.
First ghost!
There you go. He's all excited. So, got to work out what to do next. And he's going to get himself... They're going to do like an exorcism. Judy shows a fine romance. Oh, yes, a fine romance, yes. And then she did as time goes by, yes. I think it was a fine romance that she was in with her then partner. Yes. Whose name I can't remember. Michael something, but I can't remember. I didn't really watch it a lot, didn't I say? But didn't have spaceships and explosions. That's what I wanted when I was a kid. That's why I watched $6 Million Man and Thunderbirds and all that, Star Trek, Doctor Who. The Tomorrow People, and all that stuff. Right, where were we?
Go back in there.
Right, so anyway, he's going to do like an exorcism. Is it an exorcism? Or some ritual to, free the spirits, to help them move on. Anyway, all they do is drink tea and eat toast with marmalade. What's he got?
Something of a battle.
Not for long.
Oh, it's his sugar bowl, isn't it? Right, so, she's playing hopscotch, look. Bless her. Mrs. Betterton's there. He wants to ask her about the house and stuff. Get as much information as he can.
Ghoulish. Anyway, we're not sure they were blood.
And what happens to the skeleton after it's removed?
Well, the vicar's...
Yes, because he says you can't just get rid of the skeleton. We've got to do this ritual to help the spirit move on. It says if you just get rid of the skeleton, if you call the police or whatever and they come and take it away, the house will still remain haunted even though the skeleton's gone. So they've got to do this ritual to help the spirit move on, and then they can get rid of the skeleton. So anyway, I think that's what he's saying here.
Trapped in a state between life and death.
There we go. In limbo or whatever, purgatory. So that's what he's going to do. So he's going to go off and get his he's going to wear a white suit, like a white boiler suit, because that's something to do with good and purity. He does explain it.
Have something to do with the troubles in Bristol?
No, that's what she's on about. He was the officer. Apparently, in this, they say, he was charged with cowardice, because he didn't fire on the rioters and all that stuff. So there we go.
Yes. The 3rd Dragoons, I think it was.
And the man in the picture could be the man upstairs.
The young officer.
Do you reckon? Anyway, so this is where the history lesson all about. This is going to be even more of a history lesson in a minute because they're going to go to the library. I've just remembered. Is Milton and the 2 lads. They're going to go to the library and check out the history. So off they're going to go. Any minute now, I hope. Oh God, what's he talking?
This huge elephant balloon, life-size, an enormous great thing. The only trouble was that it burst free from its moorings and was blown upwards by the hot air from a bonfire. Though don't ask me what. Now listen.
He's waffling in it. People say I ramble. Anyway, right. So they're going to go to the library. I think they've gone to the library now. What's happening here? She's playing the music. Is the old lady going to appear? Is she? Maybe not.
Don't let them drive you away. Please stay.
Oh dear. Right, so he's having a look in there. Come on, I thought you were going to the library.
Years ago, if someone had suggested that we'd have men walking on the moon.
Oh, they're talking about, how, technology improves and, and all that stuff. Right, so anyway.
The skeletons of the welder and the young boy were found trapped. It was said, and I have no reason to disbelieve this, that their spirits had cursed the ship with bad luck.
They keep telling all these ghost stories, don't they? Right, they're at the library now, and he's taken with the librarian, is Milton, but she's going to tell him all about the Bristol riots. So we're going to get a pictorial, there we go, a pictorial description of what went on. If only we had subtitles, because I can't bloody remember. But anyway, all happened in Queen Square in Bristol. People were rioting. What else? Here we go. She's going to...
Stacks of wine and got roaring drunk. The Dragoons withdrew, leaving Bristol to the mercy of the rioters. Death was in the cup of drunkenness.
Right, so like I said, the rioters all rioted and burnt the city down and all that stuff. Then they found a picture of our
Dereliction of...
our officer, our ghost that is seen. What we're going to say, commanding officer of the, presume it says Dragoon Guards. There we go, got a picture of him. Right, so what's going to happen next?
Which he did, but after the soldiers are gone, the rioters went back on their word. He was
Bit of blaming the rioters. Tell you, blaming the rioters for it, because they're saying he, the officer whose skeleton is upstairs, made a deal with the rioters that they would disperse, calmly. But as he just said, they didn't do that. The dragoons retreated and went left, and then the rioters started burning the city again. Anyway, so right. So what are they on about now?
Really prove anything?
I believe it does. Captain Bretherton didn't just vanish into thin air. No, I think he came home here and was hidden by his mother.
See? Right, now we know. Right, get your white suit on and get on with your exorcism. There we go. Right, here he is going to draw a pentagram. He's got his white suit on. Is this where he's going to explain?
Good. Good. Not long now. Only a few minutes. I'll start on the first stroke of midnight, which signifies the dominion of the mind over the elements. It will help me in overcoming the demons of the air, spirits of fire, phantoms of water.
They're good actor, isn't he? Anyway, how's this way he's asking about?
It must be done.
Why are you dressed like that?
Oh, white is the symbol of purity. It attracts the good spirits and repels the evil ones.
Really? So why do priests wear black? Anyway. And nuns. Right, so off he goes. He's going to do his juju. And, yes, the Iconians. But also in another... That was that in the Voyager one as well, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of the Vardwar? They were called something else, weren't they? But Vardwar ended up meaning fool, didn't it? I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, whatever. Right, so there we go.
Oh, unquiet spirit who chooses to remain earthbound and haunt this...
Yeah, whatever. So he's starting his ritual. Here we go. Oh, look, it's all lighting up. Oh, crikey. And we can hear all the noise from the riots and stuff like that. Look, we get 70s special effects. Oh dear. And he's going to appear now and sit up in bed. Here he comes. Are you ready? There he is. It's to be got a commercial coming up. And he's going to... Hang on. What's she doing in bed? She was with her mother a minute ago. I'm all confused. Maybe her mother must have just put her into bed. I don't know. Is she thinking back?
Step foot in this house again.
Yes, she's thinking back about what's happened. Just reminding us what's gone on before. He's still doing all this. What's happening? It's all going backwards. Maybe this is a recap that I didn't realise. Right, he's going to sit up. Here he goes. He's going to sit up and get out of bed. And it's going to be...
What are you doing in there?
They're all like, Right, all right. They're going to see the old lady now. She's going to turn round and see you. Hello. Oh, and she's going away now. She says, look, she's going away. She waves like the Queen, like that. Goodbye. Because his ritual's working.
Oh, don't say...
Don't know why the Queen waves like that. It's dead weird, isn't it? Oh, she did before she died. Right, so he's going to appear now, and he's got his sword, and it's as though he's going to chop down Milton Guest, but then for some reason he doesn't, and he just disappears. Never seen with his mother, and he's going to be at peace. There we go, and it's all done. There we go. So out he comes. This house is clear. Right, so of course they're eating toast and drinking tea because it's Britain in the 70s. That's all we had. And fish fingers and chips, basically. That was the standard meal every day in the 70s. If you're lucky, you might have had baked beans. Right, so now they can get the police in and get rid of the skeleton. So that's what they're going to do.
By the way, has anyone looked at the picture this morning?
Oh, yes, they've got to look at the picture. The picture's changed, but it hasn't at the same time. It's changed for some of them, but not the others. It doesn't really explain it. The musical box isn't playing the tune anymore. Maybe it just needs winding up. Because earlier on we saw Emily winding it up. When we first saw her with the box, she wound it up to get it to play. And I haven't seen Jenny wind it up. Maybe she doesn't know. But she said it's not playing the music anymore. Anyway, they're going to look at the picture. And there we go. And we can see the face has changed into that of some sort of monkey man. It's supposed to be the face of the officer we saw earlier on. But then Timothy, he says, it just looks the same to me, and then when we see it again, it's back to normal look. So I have no idea. Yes, that's why priests wear black. Yes, that's what I said. Because they're not pure.
I can see.
Anyway. So, are they still seeing it as that, what we just saw before? That. But Timothy's seeing it as that. I don't know. Because they don't broach that subject again. Anyway, so he starts playing, and he's not playing. He can't remember the tune. That's it. He can't remember the tune. So I think that's it. This house is clear, as I said earlier. So off he goes, and then the police arrive with our only West Country accent. Are you ready?
Coroner's office.
Oh, you were quick getting here. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to make it, especially on a Sunday.
Any time, day or night, when we get an emergency call. Seldom off duty in our line of business.
I'm the police. That's what I wore. Yes, the lady wore black, apparently. I don't know.
This is...
Right, see, another one of them snorkel coats. They were everywhere in the 70s. Everybody had one. I might still have one somewhere, to be completely honest. I'm sure I've still got one somewhere. Probably in a wardrobe. He's the photographer, I think, or something. I don't know. But anyway, they come for the skeleton and come to have a look at it. And so off he goes. There we go. Basically, they're just, find it interesting, and he's telling them, what he's not telling them about the ghosts, although they do tell him about the ghosts. Queen's right song title. What? Oh, right. Yeah, I know it rung a bell. I'm thinking a Jet City Woman or something. I don't know.
You say this.
Hey, where is it? Wait a minute. Where I put it? Where the hell have I put it? Never mind. I was looking for something, I can't find it. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Where have I put it? Oh, I know where I've put it. It's over there. Right, anyway, never mind. I forgot what we're talking about now. Oh, yes. He's taking photos. I think they're waiting for the doctor to arrive. It's telling them all about, they just noticed that there was an extra room and they broke through and they found this. And it was like 2 days ago. So all this has happened in like a couple of days. But then one of the kids blurts out about Milton Guest and the ghosts and all this stuff, and obviously the policeman doesn't believe a word of it, and all that. So I think they even show him the sword, and he says, "Oh, this is evidence, You should I'll take this." He said, "Will we get it back?" I should think so. What do you mean, should think so? Yes, you'll get it back anyway. But anyway, so he's talking about all that. And then we're going to show him the sword there. Anyway, off he goes. He says there'll be an inquest at some point where they can attend. So, right. So that's the end. Except it isn't quite. They think it's all over. But there's some passage of time goes on. And they become quite famous because it ends up in the news, because it becomes public information or whatever. It's in the public arena because the police have been involved and all that. It ends up in the papers and they end up on TV in an interview. So they're going to watch it on telly in a bit. So they're going to get ready to sit down and watch it with their Harvey's Bristol cream. And then we're going to get a spooky bit with a grave where we're going to see Martha Bretherton, and then underneath it's just going to appear George Bretherton, Captain, died 1832. So it obviously lingered then, didn't it, for a bit? 'Cause the riot was in 1831. Anyway, I don't know what that Why that happened, I don't know, but anyway, it did. Right. So, they're off to play football. I think she's telling her that the old lady hasn't appeared, and Emily hasn't even thought about her for a while. Anyway, right, so he's playing the piano again. Is that all he knows? Moonlight Sonata. What does he think he is? Jill Valentine? Anyway, play that and secret doors open and stuff, don't they? Well, they're doing the Spencer Mansion. Anyway, she's seen. We're in the news. We're in the newspapers. And so they're going to watch it on TV now, and they switch the telly on. It just, as happens, the programme, they're just in time for the programme that they're on. No commercials or anything before. But here we are. HTV Richard Wyatt, Report West, and he must be an actual reporter for HTV West, because at the end it says Richard Wyatt as himself. So, anyway. So here they're being interviewed about it, and there we are, all being frightfully posh, and telling them all what happened, and all that jazz. So that's quite boring, to be honest. They just get to the end. But anyway, so they appeared on telly. I don't know who he's looking at.
The evidence is...
Must be the lights. Anyway, and then something happens with the TV. It just goes off. I think they blame power cuts or something.
Let me explain further.
There we go. TV just goes off. Interference. Or is it? But anyway, I think, whatever. Just turn telly off. But then... it started to play again. She's back. Look, and that's moving. Look, the back. They haven't got rid of them. There's there. So... maybe there'll be a Clifton House Mystery 2. It's a bit late now, isn't it? But never mind. But she's happy. And then it ends. So there we go. So Milton Guest didn't do anything. They're still there. But there we go. So I like it. I like the there we go. Richard Wyatt as himself in cursive script. Like I say, I like the Clifton House Mystery. It's a good kids. Yes, mid-2025 it'll be out. It's a good kids ghost story. It gave me the chills when I were a kid, and I still enjoy watching it now. It's a lot of fun. So as I said, it's out on DVD in the UK. Hang on, let's get rid of that. It's out on DVD in the UK, and it's well worth a watch. It's on YouTube. What am I about? It's on YouTube. The link's in the description. You can watch it on YouTube now. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes-ish. So there you go. It's well worth a watch. I really like it. But they're all frightfully posh. Anyway, so there we go. So that's the end of that. Hang on, get rid of that now, can't I? There we go. So, hang on. There we go. Right, so we'll leave it there. We're all done for another week. Right, so what's coming up next? Can't remember. Yes, Friday. Hang on, where is it? Friday Night's Appointment with Fear this week is Dagon from Stuart Gordon, the director of Reanimator and other stuff. And it's a decent H.P. Lovecraft adaptation based on his stories Dagon and Shadow over Innsmouth, how do you pronounce it. It's pretty good. It's not the best film ever, but it's got some decent tentacle effects and stuff. There we go. That's what we're watching anyway. On Friday, and the next Mondays, Magnificent Mondays, a little film you may have heard of, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Because you better start believing in ghost stories, missy, because you're in one, yar. So there we go. So that's next Monday. Right, so we will leave it there. I think that's all I've got to say. But anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe and share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell, and all that stuff. Right, so I can't wait. Going to be great. Yes, Fridays and Monday is going to be okay. Right, so we'll leave it there. I've got to go and do a T-shirt now, haven't I? Dear. Right, hopefully I can get it okay and there's not a white border around it. We'll see. Right, we'll leave it there. So thanks, Win Grace and Justin and Josh Temple. Nobody else popped in, did they? We didn't get the idiots. Maybe they've got bored and gone away. Anyway, so we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'm sure I've forgotten something. I'm sure I have. What have I forgotten? Don't know. Can't remember. I'm going to be recording a new episode of In Magical Monochrome, but I haven't decided which one I'm going to do. I've got several films that have picked, so but I don't know which one I'm going to do, and I can't remember where I've put them. We've got a choice. Now then. Shall I tell you what my choices are? Right. Mesa of Lost Women, The Killer Shrews, The Wasp Woman, and A Bucket of Blood. So that's his choices. Shall I? I'll do a poll, shall I? I'll do a members poll. To see which one wins. Or just a poll of... I don't know. I'll just pick one. I don't know. And Justin says, take care everyone, have a great week. That T-shirt would be awesome. Your favourite per year series. Oh, yes, I've got them as well, haven't I? Keep forgetting about that. What are we up to? 1985's next, innit? So I'll do that one as well. And I've got list videos to do. See, I can't keep up. There's stuff, a rod for my own back. Anyway, we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. And wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll see thee.